You know why you can't tell it to everybody? Because if you want to kill a big dream, tell it to a small-minded person. God has shown you some amazing stuff in your life that you thought was brilliant. Then you took it to your friends and your family, and you shared it with them, and they shot it down. You know why they shot it?
Hello. What's up, amigos? I know that little intro seemed like a little intense. Please don't get offended. I'm not calling any of you small-minded. You are all very intelligent and intelligible people, and it might be redundant, but that's not the point. The point is, I got an Exalt update for you, but there's still something true to be said. That's why I kind of added it on the beginning there. You don't tell everything to everyone, right, all at the same time. It partly protects you and partly protects them, right? You give people the invitation to like speak into your life, and if they take it, it's because you gave them the invitation to, you know what I'm saying? And so if you give somebody that invitation and then you don't like what they say, it's not necessarily their fault, right? Like God talks about like having too many counselors, and that's a little bit of like what that is, right? You don't just invite everybody to speak into every situation that you have. Conversely, don't get me wrong, the other side of that coin isn't necessarily like shutting everybody out and only coming up with like ideas inside of your own head, because that's not safe. Having an echo chamber, you know, with not even just people that also think like you, but if you're the only person that you're echoing with, then that's probably not necessarily like the best idea for your health mentally and physically and just your overall life path. But I'm gonna get off of that soapbox and just talk about what I want to talk about. So now that we've set the frame, know that yes, I don't share every single detail about every single situation, but I do like to share details so that way you guys can like support and pray for and encourage or critique and provide criticism. The amount that I do share, I do invite you to like add your 2 cents in. It wouldn't be very wise of me if I didn't think that I posted this in a public platform, that it wouldn't be some type of invitation to allow you to speak into some type of situation. Sometimes that speaking into is just a like button. I appreciate like buttons or dislike buttons. If you dislike it, then that's cool too. Always appreciate your subscription as well. But the Exalt update, I've alluded to this in the past. It's just coming to fruition now. We sold the farm. We never really grew into a whole farm. When I say farm, we're chickens and animals running around and all those kinds of things. It was land. It was a plot of land of 7 acres. We sold it. If you go back and watch the original videos, like even then I explained why, and I'm even alluding to the fact that we might have to. We had to for the reasons I said that we did. We bought the land. There was an adjacent piece of land next to it that we also wanted. We didn't get it for maybe shady, maybe not shady reasons. That's not the point. We didn't get it. That's the point. And so we are starting our land search over again. I 100% appreciate every step of the way and every little thing that we learned through selling the land, or through buying the land and selling the land and all that kind of stuff. I feel like for me it was a great exercise in counting the costs. Some of you know what I mean by that, right? Like truly counting the costs in light of like, all right, this is a whole marathon that I'm looking out in front of me. Let me run my first 5K with it and see how that felt. And it felt good. It felt like, okay, this is manageable. This is something that I can like work on and work with and work through. And so that's where we're at. That's the process in which we're right now. Is we ran our 5K and we're kind of going back to the real training board of like, all right, what does our marathon really look like here? So we sold the land after like a little bit over a year. We got some equity from it. It turned out to be a decent investment at the very least. And we have a more clear vision and picture for what's like to come and what's next. And I think even more tangible plans on how to like get there from like point B or C where we're at now to like wherever this thing ends. And so The intent is to buy more land up here in central Ohio, outside of Columbus, and maybe somewhere in like the 14, 15, 16 acre range, maybe 20, maybe 21, 22, something like that. Partly wooded for sure, not all just like flat land to like farm, but the intent is to have it be agriculturally oriented, so that way we can invite our community and the community into this alternative space to live life with us as we like pursue our most hospitable versions of ourselves. Not hospital versions, nobody's in the hospital. Hospitable versions of ourselves. That's a big part of what our life we endeavor to be about. And we want to do it in a safe, comfortable environment that allows other people to grow and make memories with us too in this alternative space. And so much more to come on like the space itself, but that is going to eventually be the events part of Exalt Media and Events. Not events that we just attend and that we take media on, but events that we host as well, that we bring media together as well with. So Exalt Media and Events starts with that space. And so we're running both of those races at the same time in a sense. And so that's it. That's what I have for you. If you have questions about us selling the land or the land that we're buying or when we plan on buying it and all those kinds of things, those will be in, I guess, subsequent videos to come. But you needed to know that today, and I hope that maybe you got a little bit of encouragement and a reminder that you don't need to share everything with everybody about every situation. You share with people the things that you want to share with them, when you want to share with them, how you want to share with them. And when you do that, remember that you are inviting them in to give their feedback. Cool? Cool. Ready?